Today we have a test. This is the very last test you're going to take in phonics this year. So, before we get started on the test, let's do some reviewing, and then we'll talk about the test again in a little bit. So, first let's look at these special sounds and the words that go with them. These are not the clue words that usually go with the special sound, but I just want you to read the words because they have this special sound. The special sound that we're reading is in the words, so I want you to look really closely and just pay close attention while we're reading. Shun in invention. Now let's spell the special sound. T-I-O-N. Shun. Let's do that whole one again before we move on. Shun in invention. T-I-O-N. Shun. Let's do the next one. Jeune in vision. S-I-O-N. Jeune. One more time. Jeune in vision. S-I-O-N. Jeune. Vision. Oi in pointing. O-I. Oi. Again. Oi in pointing. O-I. Oi. Oi in toy box. O-Y. Oi. Oi in toy box. O-Y. Oi. All right, read those over a couple times and then we're going to move on. The next thing we're going to review is this abbreviation. I kind of messed that up right there. So, doctor, we know, becomes capital D-R period for doctor. The next thing I want to do is find the verb and adverb in this sentence down here. So let's read the sentence. I told my little sister a story. So remember what the verb is. The verb is the action word. So what is the action in this sentence? I told my little sister a story. Told, right? I think I wrote the wrong sentence down. I missed a word. That's what it is. I'm going to quickly change it. Okay, there we go. I sweetly told my little sister a story. So, now this kind of gives it away. But we found the verb. Told is the verb. Now we have to find the adverb. Remember, adverbs describe verbs, and they answer the question, how? How did you tell the story? I sweetly told my little sister a story. Sweetly, right? So we circle it, and then we draw an arrow from the adverb to the verb, just like that. All right? Let's go over here. One more thing to review, and then we'll get started. We are going to talk about the suffix ly. If the word ends with y, change the y to I before adding ly. So let's say the word is happy. Let's write it down. But if we want to add ly, what do we do? Right up here. If the word ends with y, we have to change the y to I before we add ly. So then it says happily, kind of. You don't emphasize the I, but you say happily. See, there's a little bit of an I sound in there. Happily. Okay, while I erase this, I want you guys to grab your test, test 29, take it to your mom, have her write her name, and write the time at the top. All right, let's get started. Number 1, write the special sounds and words your teacher says. Here's the first one, shun. shun. And the word is invention. So first you'll write shun on the first line, and then on the second line, like right next to it, you'll write invention. So that should be the two top lines. So then we'll go down to the second line for the next one. But I'm gonna read it one more time, both of those. The special sound, shun, and the word invention. Let's go to the next one. Jeune. Jeune. In vision. Vision. Let's go to the third line. The special sound is oi. Oi. And the word is pointing. Pointing. Now let's go to the next line. The special sound is oi, the other spelling of oi. And the word is toy box. That's all one word. It sounds like two, but it's a compound word. Remember those? Two words in one. Toy box. Let's go to number 2. Write the sentences your teacher says. Here's your first sentence. The bird has a broken wing. The bird has a broken wing. I just want to remind you about something really important in sentences. Remember how each sentence starts and how it ends. Here's your next sentence. We will take it to Dr. Brown. Again, we will take it to Dr. Brown. Last time, we will take it to Dr. Brown. All right, let's go to number 3. Number 3, read the sentences, look at each verb, and circle the adverb that describes it. Draw a small arrow from the adverb to the verb. So remember, normally we have to find the verb and underline the verb twice, but they did it for us, so we don't have to. So we already know the verb in each sentence. We just have to figure out the adverb. Remember, adverbs describe verbs. They tell us how the verb happened. So the first sentence is, I read a book quietly. Now think, how did I read? You find how, circle it, and then draw an arrow from how back to the verb they have underlined. All right? So you should have the adverb circled that answers how you read, and then draw the arrow back to read. Let's read the next one. Kenny carried the dishes carefully. So they have carried underlined for you. That's the verb. How did Kenny carry the dishes? Circle it and draw the arrow. Don't forget to draw the arrows. These are really, really important this time, okay? So you can finish those. They have the verbs underlined for you so you can do it. Finish that section and then we'll turn the page for number 4. Number 4, add the suffix ly to the root words to make adverbs. So you guys remember how to do these. You write the root word and then the suffix, adding it all together to make one word. And I'm going to remind you one thing really quick. What happens if the word ends with y? That's your reminder. When you're finished with that, take your test to your mom, have her write her name and the time at the bottom, and then you're finished. That was your last test for the whole year. Good job. Let's go to our books now. Go to page 297. and it says this. Layers of rock make the walls of the Grand Canyon look like stripes. At the very bottom of the canyon is the Colorado River. Color the stripe on the Grand Canyon wall orange if the word is spelled correctly. Color the stripe brown if the word is incorrect. Color the stripe gold if there is no word. So you might have to look back at the directions yourself to remind you which word goes with which line. But orange if the word is correct, brown if the word is incorrect, and gold if there's no word at all. All right, when you're finished with that page, flip it over to the next page and we'll talk about that page too. So the top of page 298 says, remember, verbs that tell us about something that has already happened are called past tense. Number word, it says write the past tense verbs to finish the sentences. The snowman melted in yesterday's warm sun. So they did the first one for you. Do you see the little word they have after the blank? They put it in little parentheses. You see that? The two little marks that are around the word. They have melt, but you're supposed to write the word that happened in the past, like yesterday melted. Max and Zoe, let's go to the next one. Max and Zoe blank an apple for a snack. Max and Zoe share an apple for a snack, but yesterday they shared, right? So go ahead and finish this. Some of these you're just adding the suffix ed to the end, but some of them you have to change the spelling a little bit. My little brother blank out his birthday candles. Blow out. But what if it happened yesterday? How would you say? You wouldn't say blowed, because that's not correct. Yesterday, he blew out his candles. Okay, so finish the last sentence, and then we're going to go on. It says, remember, lie means to rest or recline. Lay means to put something down. So remember this, when we first learned it, we like laid over on the floor, but that's actually not even the correct word. This one can get kind of confusing, but lie is if you recline back in your chair or you're resting on your bed, that's lie. Lay means to put something down on your desk. Let's go to the next one. May is used to ask permission. So like if you want to go outside, you say, hey mom, may I go outside? Can is used to show ability. Like when your mom says, sure, you can go outside, and then you go to your little brother or your little sister and you say, mom said we can go outside. That might be correct. This one can be confusing too. Mom said we may go outside. That one actually could be either. If I'm being really, I think so. These are tricky. My throat, I have something stuck in my throat. The next one is learn. Learn means to get knowledge. Teach means to give knowledge. I think we've got this one figured out. This one's a lot easier than the other ones. Number 2, choose the best verb to finish each sentence. You know what, I'm gonna go back to may and can. I didn't give you a very good example. Can is like when you learn to ride your bike and you say to your friend, look, I can ride my bike. It's showing that you can do something. You have the ability to do something. All right, but let's go on to number 2. Choose the best verb to finish each sentence. So in the orange box, or red maybe, they have all the words up there and they're all verbs. They're all action words. You're gonna put those action words in the blank. You decide which word goes best in each blank. When you're finished with that, you'll be done with phonics for today. Found it.